Good afternoon, Karen Bonifilio, Outer Realms in Your Journeys. We have a new psychic medium here on the channel today, and this is Anna. Anna, would you like to say hi before I introduce you?
Yes, Karen, thank you. First of all, thank you for having me here in your show and your channel. And thank you for everybody that is listening today.
Yeah, and you're welcome. And I'm so excited that you're here. Um, she is a bilingual spirit medium. She has been connecting people with their spirit loved ones since 2015. Previously getting two certifications from the School of Mystic Arts by former mentor J.V.P. Is that James von Prague?
Yes, he is. He was my
I
mentor.
love him.
I'm very
He is
grateful. One of the
incredible.
best.
Oh, that's awesome. She continues to take courses abroad at AFC College in Stansted, England. Anna has also published a book called Souls, Experiences and Stories of Life After Death, published in English and Spanish, and one of the author of Sings and Signs and Synchronicities. These are true stories that inspire and empower. She is now writing her second book. She believes there is a deeper need in developing consciousness in the world right now. And I apologize that I can't read today. I am very sorry.
You are fine.
Thank you. She has appeared as a guest on Bold TV Network. She lives with her family in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and she has been committed to provide a practice circle for other mediums every week for the past 7 years. And she invites people to be a sitter every Monday. So if you are interested to have a spirit reading or circle, please contact her, and the links will be down below. Now, Anna, is that for everybody that you would do the practice circle, or just people that are using their abilities right now?
Yes, Karen. Monday Circle is an open circle. The story of Monday Circle began with alumnus of James when we graduated in 2017. We were the first group of graduating from his school, and for the first 2 years, we were students and before people start doing their practices independently.
Mm-hmm.
And then it became an open circle for everybody that would like to practice mediumship.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
it's an open circle, as I said to you. And this whole past year, decided to invite people to the circle. Somehow, the mediums have the opportunity to practice in the circle, as well as the people that join the circle get free readings from us.
That's wonderful. That's really, really nice. And that is what day is that? Monday. That's really good. That's very cool. And that keeps your skills up too, in connecting with others too. Awesome. Okay, Anna, how did you first discover your ability to communicate with people behind the veil?
How do I first started knowing about people behind the veil? The veil?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, actually, I've been in contact with spirits since I was a baby, but I didn't know. I thought they were real. I thought they were
Oh.
real, and my first contact was my grandmother, which passed away 6 months after I was born. Then I was the youngest of five at home, and my
Hmm.
older brothers and mom asked me, "What are you doing with that toy that was in the closet or here and there?" And I kept pointing with my little finger the picture on the wall, which was a painting from my grandmother. But I was a baby, so you just,
You
oh,
didn't.
well, maybe
Hmm.
somebody give it to her. And until one day, that everybody remembers this in family reunions because they quite never understood what happened. My parents just moved to a new neighborhood, new
Mhm.
development, and the water supply wasn't very reliable then. And it was the
Mm.
60s. I'm talking about the 60s. And here they are with their new home. And in those days, if you remember, probably, um, the bathrooms used to have, all the bathrooms have bathtubs. You
Yes.
know, it was common to have in all the bathrooms bathtubs. And they
Mm-hmm.
fill out the bathtubs with water to the top in case, the water was scarce for the day, somebody wanted to take
Mm-hmm.
a shower, whatever reason. And they were all the adults and the younger kids having lunch together. And
Mm-hmm.
then suddenly my mother jumps out of the chair, mentioned my name, and storms out running. And everybody followed her like in a line, And then
Oh.
when she found me sitting in a hole next to the painting. The situation here was that I was totally wet from head to toe. Even I was sitting in a puddle, but there were no traces of water where I was
Oh.
sitting. I just appeared there in a puddle of water, just soaked it. I wasn't crying, I was fine. And my mother asked my older sister to bring immediately a towel. They wrapped me up. They hold me up, and then they asked me what happened, and I keep pointing,
Pointing.
but there were no traces of water. How suddenly I appeared just in a puddle of water. So that's how I knew years later, when I
Mm-hmm.
could reasoning more and I wasn't a baby anymore, that my grandmother passed away when I was born, practically 6 months later. And she was
Oh.
helping raising the kids from my mom. I guess she did decide to stay a little bit longer to help mom with me.
Mm-hmm.
And to the day, I just have her picture next to my mom's,
Mm-hmm.
because it's to me it's like somebody that I've known all my life. It's just
Mm-hmm.
amazing. But that was probably the first time, but I wasn't aware of it.
That's a great story. That really is. So when you connect with people behind the veil, what is the process like for you?
The process
The process, yes. What's it like?
when I reach people behind the veil.
Yes.
Okay, well, the process will be just to ease my mind, to be. I'm a little bit ritualistic. I always, when I have a session, especially with a client, I try to light up a candle and work my chakras, ask spirit to be with me. And I have a complete trust to spirit,
Mm-hmm.
they are going to be there. And I just put my mind in an easy state, and then they start talking to me. I can hear them, I can see them, I can feel them. I At the same time, yeah, it's just hard to explain that you experience all these sensations at the same time.
Yes.
Sometimes they talk to me, I can hear their voices if their pitch is very high or they are very graspy voices, and they show me situations and everything at the same time. They probably tell me if they die from a heart attack, then I start feeling something in my heart, or they had some problem in their knees, they let me know over my own knees. That's
Mm-hmm.
how it works.
That's good. You have a lot of different things going on. You see them, you hear them, you feel them. Yeah, very nice. Do you think everybody has the ability to do what you do, to be able to connect with people behind the veil and their guides and such?
Very good question. I feel and I believe that all of us are born with gifts as babies, And it all depends of each individual if he or she chooses to develop them. But we all have gifts that we can develop as we get older,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just a personal choice.
Yeah. Well, I think it kind of chose you really young and you not know it till a little later. Yeah.
Yes.
Um, so death is really hard. What advice do you have for people that are dealing with the grief of a loss of a loved one?
The advice for people that would like to become a medium.
No, just when they come to you and they want to connect with people and they have that deep, heavy grief, what advice do you have for them, or how can you help them when you connect with spirit?
Okay, this is very important. Very good question, Karen, because very, very good question, because I've had people which just have lost children or somebody very close to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I know spirit can come to the meeting very quickly if they desire to, but we have to be respectful with spirit and given the opportunity to get adjusted to the spiritual world, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and the reading will be more successful once the spirit is adjusted. It will actually connect with more confidence because they already know what to do. But if it's a recent death, I will advise to the people seeking for connection to wait 6 to 9 months and then try to book an appointment with a good medium.
So you're advising them to wait, and it's due to the person that's passed, so they can get acclimated to what's going on in the spirit world.
Correct.
I never thought about it that way. I thought, because I know I lost my husband, and they didn't want me to connect with him, and I thought it was because my grief was so fresh and so raw. I didn't realize it was for spirit.
Well, yes, we have to give spirit the opportunity
Mm-hmm.
to get adjusted to their new life. And also, the grief might be something that will actually interfere with the connection. Because if you are not in a calm state as a client, let's see, as
Mm-hmm.
a client, if you come in a state with this anxiety for this communication, you might block the communication as well.
Those
And
are
you might
such
think
good
that I
points.
work for people, but I don't work for people, I work for them. And that's something that people don't understand. I
Hmm.
mean, I'm the conduct. You can, book an appointment with me, but I work for them. So I have to be
Yes.
thoughtful about my connections and also tell the people the truth. Sometimes if you come to a meeting with a heavy heart, it might be you might be blocking yourself from a good connection.
Those are such good points. They really are. Thank you for those. Really good points.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, I know that talking to spirit can take a lot out of you. What it? How do you take care of your own spiritual and emotional well-being?
How do I take care of my
Of,
emotional?
yeah, and your emotional and spiritual well-being.
Oh, well, you know, how do I take care of myself?
Well,
Well, I meditate, which is very important. I meditate. I try to clean up myself from foreign energies. And I'm not saying bad energies that, haunted homes and stuff like that. Even if,
yeah.
when you go out to the grocery store, you go out to the mall, have you noticed
Mhm.
yourself that in couple hours
Mhm.
you are exhausted? You are not
Yes.
really exhausted physically. You are exhausted because the energies that are next to you and keep,
Hmm.
getting into, you keep feeling them. And that's what is exhausting. So I try to clean up myself after I come back from a crowded place, or if you intentionally would like to set a protection for energies not to stick on you, will be
Right.
just this I learned from my mentor. Just picture yourself inside of mirrors backwards, and all the energies that are going to hit you, they are going to return to the recipient. So everybody carries their own energy, and they cannot touch you. And I'm not saying they are bad energies, but they can get into you, like, oh my god, I like
Mhm.
that blouse that lady's wearing. Oh, she's too tall, or she's too short, or she look tired, or she, whatever it is, all those thoughts that from other people
I know.
gets to you.
Yeah. Well, I think that's great. Um, do you believe that we have guides on Earth?
Guides?
Guides from the heavenly realm that help
Oh,
us on our
yes,
journey.
yes, yes. Yes, I do. I believe guides are always leading us the way. In fact, I rely on spirit a lot and in their advice. Before writing my book, I mean, I had to let them know what I was planning. And through another person that didn't know who asked the question, a physical medium, they answered me, and I knew immediately that I had to write the book. And I said,
Hmm.
but yeah, I rely in spirit world a lot, from morning to night.
I do too, and I talk to them all the time too, and
Totally.
ask for help and guidance. And is this the best thing for me for my evolution? Always checking in with them. Yeah. Um, since you mentioned your book, can you share a little bit about your book, what it's about?
Sure, Karen. Thanks for asking. Well,
Uh-huh.
this book um, talks about all the experiences that I had written during my life, and they are all put together. Each story in my book is teaching you something, and I wanted the reader to get involved and live the experience with me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that I wanted to do and try my best to do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
It talks about different experiences, spiritual experiences, talks about what is possible from the spirit world, and what is possible for humans.
Uh-huh.
Talks about some history about mediumship and physical mediumship and all kinds of mediumship, healing, and a recollection of personal stories that are worth sharing because other people might have been experiencing the same without knowing what's going on in their
Oh,
lives.
yes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And that would make sense to them and help them out too. Oh, okay. And what is the title of your book?
The title of my book is Souls. I have one here with me.
Let's see.
This is the cover. I don't know, you can
Oh,
see
that's
the light is coming in the
beautiful.
middle. Those hands with the butterflies.
Anna, that's
And
beautiful.
thank
Beautiful
you.
cover.
Experiences and Stories of Life After Death by me, Anna Leyva. And you can get this book in Amazon.
Okay, that did you design the cover?
I did.
Very
I
nice.
thank you.
I would be attracted to that book to pick it up and to look at it and want to know more. It's really nice looking.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Karen. That's very nice
You're
of you to say
welcome.
that.
Um, how do you handle situations where the messages that you're receiving from spirit are not what the person wants to hear?
Well, very interesting question because um, the thoughts my thoughts, I have to make an effort to think about them, but the communication with spirit just come instantly without me actually. I just have to pay attention. I just have to
Right.
listen. It just
Mhm.
comes and I feel it inside. Comes and I feel it. I feel it. I feel it so deeply. That's why you've seen, you probably have the experience as well. You've seen circles of mediumship that people
Yes.
want to talk immediately, before the
Hmm.
others, is because the communication just hits you just like Cupid, in your heart. You have to tell what you are getting, it's this rush. When it's spirit, is kind of a rush and you are there or you are ready to share what you are getting.
Some spirits are very pushy. They are not
They
going to wait. They
are.
want, mhm,
And
they
I
want to
love
be
them.
heard.
I love them. I much rather have, I love you all guys. Forgive me. But I love the spirits that talk a lot because the communication is great. And
Hmm.
because each individual that had passed away keeps the same personality after they cross over. The ones that talk a lot is so easy because they are conversational. And I love that.
I like that we keep our personalities. What if we don't like our personality? I mean, there are some people out there that I hope they shed their personality. I hope they grow. I don't know about, yeah. Have you ever encountered any spirits that were stuck here and unable to move on?
Oh yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that again because that's couple stories in my book. I didn't ask for this. It was coincidental. Everything that occurred to me, I didn't plan it. I just was there in the right time and the right
Oh,
moment. And yes, I have. I
were
have.
you
I do have.
you have
Yes.
were you able to release them?
Yes, I did. I did because I trained for that with my mentor as well.
So if people have a stuck spirit, they could reach out to you and have you help them so the spirit can move
Yes,
on.
yes, they have come for help. They
Mm.
have come for help in a different way, but actually, I had to let them know that they were not on Earth anymore. They were not physically here, but
They
they
didn't
were
realize
completely.
that. They
Excuse
didn't
me?
realize they were. They didn't realize that they had moved on. They
No,
okay.
one of the people that I encountered in a place was a lady. I was visiting this place with my sister because she said she felt something weird in the guest bathroom in that house and she was taking care of a cat there. And I said, I don't want to get
Hmm.
in there. And I said, please come with me, come with me. Okay, I went with her and I felt something weird in this bathroom. And I said, wait a second, let me just feel the energy here. Okay, just be quiet, let me feel the energy. And suddenly I found out a lady crying inconsolably with the
Oh.
hands in her face. I could see the hair color and she couldn't, when somebody's having that really bad time, just crying, crying, crying. Mentally,
Mhm.
I start asking her what was she doing there, and then she gave me her feelings. She gave me the feelings of being ashamed. She gave me the feelings of wanting to get home. She gave me the feelings that she was betrayed by the person that she loved the most. That was terrible. And I said,
Oh
I have
my
to do
God.
something for this poor woman. And I asked my sister to assist me because she was there. We held hands, I'm sorry. We said some prayers. The first time we tried it didn't work. The second time I started saying prayers that the lady might be more willing to trust.
Hmm.
And she crossed over. And I tell you, Karen, I just thought this just happened in the movies, but it is real. Once, how do I know the spirit crossed? My
Yeah.
sister and me standing up there. The day was like a picture, just like today, for example, nothing moves out, no trees, no leaves, nothing. Suddenly, a rush of wind came to our faces and blew out our hairs to the back from
And was that
nowhere,
out of nowhere?
from nowhere,
Mhm.
and we
Were
knew
you
she had crossed.
in a house or a building when that happened?
I couldn't hear very well.
Were you in a house when that happened? When
In a house that it wasn't my house and it wasn't my sister's house, but I was meant to be and meet this
and
woman.
yeah, I bet she was so grateful to be released. If she was staying here and she had so much sadness and so much angst, I bet she was so grateful to be able to go
I
back
hope so.
back
I
home.
hope so. She was. I
Mhm.
never hear from her again, but we investigated what happened in the area
Mhm.
where the house was located, and
Mhm.
I found out who she was and the sad story afterwards. I mean, I did
Well,
the investigation after because, it was so shocking to me to find
oh,
out somebody in that state. So we
mhm.
investigated, we found out who she was and what happened to her because
Oh,
this
did
happened
you?
years prior to our encounter.
How many
And
years?
the trauma of being betrayed and killed by somebody she trusts was so big that she couldn't move on. She was still in the shock state, trying to go back home, being embarrassed and stuck in there. And so,
Wow. Anna, I didn't hear how long she was here before she left. Was it a few years? Did you say that?
in the spirit world, there is no time,
Yeah.
but it was the story, the tragedy that happened to her was a years prior our encounter.
Okay.
But when they are, you mentioned stuck, the spirit is like, we'll call stuck, they are
Yeah.
they are just reliving the last memory they have before their death because their death have been a traumatic death, an accident, or something unexpected. The spirit, the person that passed, is hard for them to realize they are not here. Something like that
Right.
happen in hospitals as well. You go to a hospital, you find all the spirits in the world there, and they don't know they are dead.
Oh, that's just sad. They need to be released.
Our light beings are always coming and greet us. Don't worry. I never encounter a spirit from the stone era, for example. We eventually cross over because our light beings are like maybe I want to think they are fishing for all the lost souls
Yeah.
there, and at some point you get invited to cross over. But some of them have a harder time because they're scared, they're traumatized, and the last memory of being alive is some
Hmm.
trauma there.
Wow. That's fascinating. I'm
It
so
is.
glad you discussed that.
It is
Just fascinating.
fascinating.
Uh-huh. Oh my gosh. Um, okay, so let's say your loved one has passed. They have gone behind the veil. Do you think they still come back and help us out and check in on us?
Absolutely. Absolutely, Karen.
Hmm.
I do believe that.
Okay. Let's see. Well, this question I'm not going to ask you because you already answered it. Um, do you believe there are any risks or danger communicating with people that have died?
That we are in danger to communicate with them?
Yes. Uh-huh.
No, actually, no, I don't believe that. I believe that Jesus communicated with the dead as well and his
Hmm.
apostles too, something that is in the Bible actually. And I don't believe that. I believe that it's our natural state to be able to communicate with people that is not physically in this world. And I can tell you personally that I can trust the dead more than I can trust the living.
I agree with you. I agree. I also heard that the veil is going to start thinning, and we're going to be able to hear from our loved ones easier as that thins a little bit too, as we
It is. I've
evolve.
heard the same thing as well.
Yeah, which would be wonderful. I would like that. Um, have you ever read for someone that was resistant or skeptical? They really didn't want to have that reading. They're kind of like, anybody like that?
Yes, I have. Not as a
Mhm.
customer, actually. And
Oh.
because the customers, I'm very explicit in my page and web page, and I tell them exactly what they can expect. I ask them to come with an open heart, with an open mind, and let the
Hmm.
magic happen. But in one of our circles, I had a lady which actually was lost her boyfriend recently, and the boyfriend came in the reading, and she was resistant because she was expecting to hear certain thing from the boyfriend. But what can you do? You have to just honor spirit, what spirit want to share with you, you know. And
That's
I read
true.
her again, and she was calmer the other time, you know, like six
Oh.
months later. And the reading was flawless, you know. It was She was resisting, you know. She was upset because she just lost a boyfriend. Obviously, I
Hmm.
will be very upset. But you
Hmm.
know, she wanted to hear specific information, and she wasn't happy until somebody in the group say the specific information, and they said, "Well, you know, I'm
Oh.
so sorry for your loss, and we'll send you healing from our hearts. Come back in 6 months." And 6 months later, the lady was back, and this
Hmm.
the reading flow was wonderful.
That's good. She was ready to receive the messages then when she came back.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do people come to you with lists of questions or do they just sit down and say, tell me what I need to know?
Um, when the customers come book an appointment, um, they're open to receive. I just ask them
Hmm.
to let them give him the information that I received. And there is a part of the reading after 45 minutes that I give him the opportunity to ask questions. And
Oh, so they sit with you and you present the information and then they can ask questions at the end.
at the end, at the end, they can ask
Oh, very
questions.
nice.
And also, if some of the clients come with a heavy heart in a way, or probably they get emotional. Spirit is so intelligent, my God, you know, they are amazing that
They
they
are.
crack a question in the middle of the reading that just makes sense to the lady that is listening the question and
Right.
change the state of mind. They
Hmm.
are amazing. That's what I'm telling you. I don't need to do anything. I just rely on them and they know what they are doing. They do. They are
Hmm.
amazing.
They have all that information that can help everyone.
Yes.
Yes. Anna, you're amazing. You really are. You
Oh
seriously are.
my God.
Have you ever had experience with past lives or reincarnation?
Well, that's the other thing, you know. Now you are in my page. Yes, yes, absolutely. Actually, that was the reason I became a medium,
Oh.
because I had to go and ask the person that became my mentor eventually all the
Hmm.
questions that I had since I was a child. And it happened to be during the time that my mentor was finishing studying with Brian Weiss.
Oh,
And at
Brian
the time
Weiss?
I went to see him, I said, I just finished some classes with Brian. I would like to do past life regression with you guys. You agree? We were very excited. It was a group of 75 people there sitting. Yeah. Wow. And we did the past life regression.
Was that what
When we
Brian
came
Weiss?
back from the exercise, everybody was eager to share their experiences. You could see all the commotion in the room. I was having an epiphany. I was having an epiphany because the life regression that I went to gave me all
Mhm.
the answers in my actual life. How lucky can you get?
Do you want to
I
share
was a
anything?
different person afterwards.
Do you want to
I became
share
aware.
anything? Oh my gosh. I think, oh wow, incredible. Anna, I think I've asked all my questions. Is there anything else you would like to mention that I missed or anything you would like to say?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity. Well, I will actually just mention that to all the people that is interested to become a medium, or they want
Mm-hmm.
to be a medium, do it for the right reasons, guys. Don't do it to become famous, acknowledge. Do it for the right reasons. You have to feel the call to become a medium. You
Yes.
have to really work very hard to get to know yourself,
Mm-hmm.
because it's introspection of self-awareness before you intend to serve other people, especially in this matter.
Mm.
And be patient with yourself, and you never will stop learning. Nobody will become the best medium ever. We are learning constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Every person, every spirit you get is teaching you something. Every client you get is teaching you something. Learn. Don't
Mm-hmm.
try to copy anybody else. Develop your own personality, and spirit will be happy with you. Just be yourself and be true to yourself and be patient.
Well, every medium has a different flavor. They all sound different. They all act different. I mean, I remember seeing James von Prague. He came to Portland and did a reading for a group of people. And at the end of it, he was signing books. So I took a couple of my books up to him, and he looked at me and goes, he was very brusque. He said, "Why aren't you using your gifts?" And I just was shocked. And I thought, what gifts? You know, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, he's right. He's right, and he knows that, Karen. He knows that.
Mhm.
My sister got the same thing from him in a book signing. She never
Oh.
wanted to develop her gifts. She's
Hmm.
my sister. We all have the abilities in my family, but I did. But he's right. Is that he immediately picks up on the people that have the gifts. But you are using them. Yes, you are. You are an instrument for spirit and the way you are using them.
Well, I like being an instrument for spirit, but right now my path is not taking me down that way to develop them more. I Mine is to more with the grief and to help people with their grief right now.
Well, this is a big deal. Actually, this is an
Yeah,
amazing thing you are doing.
yeah.
And
So
spirits are happy. They are happy that you are doing this.
yeah, we'll see what happens in the future. I don't know what I'll do. Anna,
And
you
we
were a
love to
delight.
have you. We love to have you one of our circles, Karen, if you would like to come. We're
Oh,
going
I
for
would.
vacation. Yes.
Do I have to do a reading to people?
No, we invite you to
Okay.
be read in one of our circles. We are going on vacation on December 16th. We'll come back on January 20th. I'll let you know which date you would like
Oh.
to sit with us. We'll love to have you. We'd love to read you and I mean, it's great because you get 8, 9, 10 readings for free.
Well, that's an honor for you to ask me, so I appreciate that. That is an
And
honor. Yes,
everybody else
please
that would
reach
like
out.
to book, just get in contact with me. I left you my
Right.
email and all the places where people can get with me, and we can have them as a guest too if they need to and they want to.
You know what I could do, Anna, when that time comes? I always tell about the psychic the day before they come on the channel, but I could put up a little blurb like a week before so people could register for that.
Will be wonderful. Thank you.
Let's
Will
do
be
it.
great. And
Yeah.
we all win this way.
I know some people that are going to jump on this. They're going to like this a lot. Yeah. Okay, Anna, thank you so much. You were a delight and a pleasure, and nice
Oh,
to meet
thank you,
you.
Karen. It was my pleasure. Very happy
Yeah,
to be with you here,
yeah.
and I'd love to read your book,
Oh, okay.
and I'll
And
send you
I'll get,
this one in the mail next week.
okay.
Hmm?
I need to get some more books. Do you read ebooks?
Yes, I do.
I'll write that down. I can get you
Okay,
an
don't forget
ebook. That
that.
I do have. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Karen.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.